Hello, everyone. I'm back with Planescape Torment. So I was here looking for information about where I can find that water for the river Styx. But I I I succumbed to the wiki, and I wouldn't have found it.
Done.
The Dark Birds of
Updated my
Ocanthus.
journal.
All of them are shipped from the great magical sheet of black infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plain of Ocanthus. Ivana pauses, tapping her chin. It is said that the sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx, and that the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx's memory-destroying waters still lie frozen within the ice. If the waters of the Styx destroy one's memories, would this ice from Ocanthus do the same? I could only assume so, yes. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. Back at the store.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't figure that out.
I'm gone.
Okay. Several shards of black crystal or ice swirl within the freezing wind that this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. Placard on the pedestal reads, Dark Birds of Ocanthus. Catch one in your Frostdale mug. You dip the mug into the icy wind rising from the pedestal, catching a small shard with a slight clang. Peering into the mug, you can see that the dark bird is a razor sharp sliver of black ice. Only the mug's magical properties prevent the shard from melting away to nothing.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Merriman squints up at you. Well, have you something that will wipe my mind of these accursed memories? I certainly hope you haven't returned without. You'll never get the keys to Dolores' heart that way. Here, take this mug. It holds a dark bird of Ocanthus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. It should wipe your memories clean. Merriman takes the mug and removes a piece of paper from his pocket. He tilts the mug back and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving him with a somewhat startled expression. Merriman?
Updated my journal.
Merriman looks at you, confused, then at the paper in his hands. He reads aloud. Congratulations, Merriman. You've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man at the door to this building, for more information. He looks at you again. Well, it would seem I owe you. Thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on.
I'm gone.
Dolores' eyes flash as she sees you. Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys to my heart? Yes, I have the keys to your heart. Here they are.
Updated my journal.
At last, as she takes the keys from your grasp, her hand brushes against yours. Her skin is dry but icy to the touch, like cold metal. These will be of great use to me. I thank you. Of course, Delora, I had some questions. Of course, I will answer what I can. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute?
Updated my journal.
Yes, her name is Ecco. Her voice, and in fact her every means of communication, was stolen and destroyed. Ecco's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Paramecia. Paramecia, in a jealous rage, tore away Ecco's voice, sealing it within a crystal vial, and hurled it into a Megogalemdraga's maw. Ecco's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could return to her the ability to communicate once more. I know this because I spoke to Paramecia's paramour myself once.
I feel stronger.
Stand away from me, Mort.
I can't stand anywhere. It's this leg thing, you know?
Find a way, skull.
Where is Ecco? Oh. Ecco, there you are. The striking young woman has a skin the color of burnished copper. A translucent white dress, held precariously by golden clasps, is draped carefully across her shapely form. Greetings again. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills her nostrils. Questions. Is your name
Updated
Ecco?
my journal.
She nods, smiling pleasantly. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Her eyes flash, she smiles, she nods at you. What do you know of her? She simply looks at you. May I ask why you can't communicate? She sighs softly and nods. Was your voice
Updated
stolen?
my journal.
She nods vigorously, clasping her hands together and smiling at you. Do you know of any way to get your voice back? She shakes her head, her face wrought with frustration. She suddenly looks at you pleadingly, as if expecting an answer. I swear I'll look for a way to return your voice. Ecco nods to you slowly, smiling at you with eyes full of gratitude. I'll look for something that would give you a voice then. Farewell, Ecco.
Updated my journal.
Ecco looks at you hopefully as you approach her, biting her lower lip. I've gotten this fiend's tongue for you. She raises her eyebrow and gives you a skeptical look. I'm told that, should you place it in your mouth, you'll regain the ability to communicate. She nods and takes the bottle from you. She gingerly picks out the severed tongue from the briny solution and, after staring at it for a moment in disgust, places it into her mouth. Suddenly, her eyes widen, and there is a burst of reddish light from between her lips. Wait for her response. Ecco opens her mouth, closes it, then opens it once more and speaks. I can speak again. Oh joy, I think, damn thee to the darkest of pits, thou stench-ridden worm. Kneel before me in supplication, insect. Yikes, eh? Ecco yelps and covers her mouth with both hands. Her eyes are wide with panic. It must be the fiend's tongue. She slowly takes her hands away from her mouth, nodding. It seems I must devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve in my battle thrall till the plains grind to a halt. Thou art mine, mine. Ecco shuts her mouth again and begins to softly, quietly weep. Wait, try using these Deva's tears. They should soothe the tongue's cursing.
Updated my journal.
She nods, smiling, and takes the vial from you. Ecco places a few of the sparkling blue drops onto her tongue. I believe the tears are working. Yes, they are. I can speak in my own voice once more. Oh, how I thank you. Ecco squeezes your hand and bows her head gratefully, her eyes welling with tears of joy. It was my pleasure to help you. Farewell, Ecco.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger. My blade has changed.
Ecco waves pleasantly to you as you approach her. Greetings, sir, and well met once more. Hello, Ecco. I have some questions. She nods. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Ecco nods and lowers her voice. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children. She what?
Updated my journal.
One of them is here, at times, Cassiceris. She is a child of Ravel's, though she is loath to accept the fact. Who could blame her? She pauses for a moment, thinking. I have never gotten her to admit it, though I am sure 'tis true. Cassiceris. Ah, there you are. Cassiceris smiles warmly as you draw near, pushing a wavy lock of hair away from her bright crimson eyes. Well, greetings once again. Something I can do for you, Cassai, are you Ravel's daughter? Cassai suddenly bares her teeth, her eyes narrowing to slits of blazing crimson. What? Where'd you hear such a thing? Just a rumor, that's all. Ridiculous. I think I'd know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Now stop bothering me about it. Who is your mother, then? I don't know, all right. My father raised me. I never knew her, but do I look like a night hag to you? Well, there is the skin, and the eyes, and maybe the teeth, too. Cassiceris glares at you, her eyes blazing. Perhaps we'll speak later, but I'm no longer in the mood. Farewell. Okay. Cassiceris smiles warmly as you draw nearer, pushing away. Okay, don't worry, I don't stay upset long. Ecco told me. Okay. Cassai blinks your crimson eyes at you, awaiting your question. Don't mind my asking, what are you? Cassai shakes her head. What? Can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman. She raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I'm plain touched, actually, like your friend here. Sigh indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, nothing. Are you sure? You seem suddenly upset. She narrows her red eyes at you. Of course I'm sure. Don't ask me of her again. What are you doing here? Entertaining your questions, it seems. She winks at you. Really, though, I'm a student of Mistress Grace's. All the prostitutes in the brothel are. A student? That's right. The brothel is actually a school for women who are thinking of becoming sensates. Mistress Grace teaches us the ways of language so that we can better identify with ourselves and those around us. It lets us experience the planes more fully, you know? I think maybe if I access that sensing orb or whatever it is of hers in the down here. Juliet. Nenny. Ecco. Vivian. Marissa. No. Kasai Saris. Questions. Only she, man. Okay. Let me talk to Ecco again. She may have some idea of how I can prove it.
I'm gone.
Questions. Maybe. Wait a second. So this should. Okay, there's nothing in her room that would imply or show that it's her.
How may I help you?
She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago. In addition to the evils she committed during her stay, rumor has it that her actions threatened the cage itself. Now she primarily exists only as fiction. Would you like to join me on my travels? Okay. That's the way I am. Appreciate your candor. Why should I travel with you? You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who is searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested. She smiles slightly. Such a suggestion is intriguing. Make no mistake about that. Would you like to travel with me then? If you wish me to, then there's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. I will go speak to them then. I will return when I have spoken to all of
Updated
them.
my journal.
Vivian turns to greet you. Even her regal beauty is eclipsed by the splendor of the wondrously erotic scent that surrounds her. Her exotic personal smell, which you recovered for. Question. I heard that spoken to 9 prostitutes altogether. Do you know who or where the 10th student is? 10th student? She studies you as if not sure she heard you correctly. Perhaps you've taken one too many blows to the head. Or perhaps one of the girls has been playing games with you. There is no 10th prostitute that I know of. I heard that Kasai Saris is Ravel's daughter. Is that true? Vivian nods, lowering her voice. I, too, have heard such a rumor. 'Twould explain the red eyes, the unusual tone of her skin. I know not if such gossip is true, however. Inquire of Juliet. She was once Kasai Saris' best friend, till Juliet fell in love with Montague. Farewell, then. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is she the 10th?
How may I help you?
Yes. I spoke to 9 of the students as you asked, but I could not find the 10th. And you could not find the 10th student? How curious. I'm thinking out the 10th student is me, in which case I have spoken to all of them. She nods. Very well. And your thoughts? You should get rid of all the armoires in the brothel and use them as firewood. Ah, Fall from Grace laughs softly and her eyes sparkle. Practical thought indeed. Very well, I will travel with you if you still desire my company. I do.
Oh, Mistress High and Mighty will be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from a great height. I might even bump her off myself. May my faith lend their strength.
Book looks like it is made from paper-thin silver sheets. The engraving of a woman is on the cover of the text, and there's a small lock on the side of the book. No matter how you try, the lock resists your attempts to open it. Okay, Juliet. Is this? No, that was her room. Greetings, come to ask thy questions of me, I take it? Yes, I have. Juliet rolls her eyes. Oh, go on if thou must. I heard that Kasai Saris is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Ravel. Thought I might have heard that name before. I know not the truth of it, but I have heard of such a rumor. Thou may wish to ask Camaxi Addertongue that very same question. They are half-sisters, thou see. I see. All right. Oh, it's you again. Just can't get enough of me, huh? She looks annoyed. Fine, whatever. Ask. I heard you're Kasai Saris' half-sister. Is that true? Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mothers. So, I was hoping you could help me find out if Kasai is really Ravel's daughter.
Updated my journal.
Camaxi frowns at you. Normally, I'd loathe to help you like this, but I have a feeling it'd upset that flirting, preening Doxy good and well. Tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call to him right then and there. That'll get you your answer. Cambion? Yes, Cambion. Camaxi rolls her eyes. Didn't hear me the first time? Ears all stopped up with the last of your brains running out of them? I'm asking what one is. My, you're clueless. She shakes her head sadly, tutting all the while. Half fiend, Burke. Sort of like you, but you're half dung, I think. You smell it, at any rate. Better than half you, Camaxi. You wish you were half Camaxi, sod. Even if you ended up with a goat's bum on your shoulders, it'd be better than that scarred-up face of yours. I don't have time to get into this. Farewell. There's Kasai Saris. There. Questions? Kasai, I talked to Kamaxi. She told me she's your half-sister and that Ravel's your mother. Kasai snarls, her eyes blazing with malice. That hell's how I loathe that woman. Why would you even believe that sort of tripe? She says that you denied and in fact may not know it, but that it's true. She said you could ask your father, that he would tell you.
Updated my journal.
Kasai stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. She turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly and fills with a coppery smell, like warm blood. Wait patiently. Kasai remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I did not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I have lived long. I do not appear to age and have disturbing dreams sometimes. She shudders. But still, I do not wish to be the inheritor of the evil she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did. Such evil things she did. Tell me what you know of her, will you? I heard she would pose impossible riddles to people. Riddles she could answer, but no one else could. She would devour the person if they answered incorrectly or leave them dangling in her horrifying gardens as examples to all. Those few who somehow escaped she tormented in their dreams, riding them like steeds, breaking their wills and hurling their souls into the colorless oblivion of the Grey Waste. Go on. Her magic was said to be beyond anything most had ever seen. It was imagination woven from nightmare and given substance, stone and solid shapes bent to her will like soft clay. The laws of the plains would bend beneath her feet, and from nothing she could weave illusion, and from illusion weave realities that could horrify and kill and confound. Go on. She was a mistress of all the dark arts, mistress and master of them all. She hounded a governor that dared quote sigil law to her with shadows that devoured him, all but his tongue, his fingers, and the flesh of his face. She turned mercy killers inside out, and shattered buildings of those who displeased her. Terrible, terrible powers were at her command. She changed her shape like water, and used it to destroy some for amusement and to steal knowledge from others. She was a monster, like all that has been spawned from the Grey Waste. In the end, she threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains come rolling in like a wave. Fortunately, she did not succeed. She existed solely to cause malice. I do not know if she is dead, but I know now that she was my mother. Kasai's shoulders slump and her head hangs down. Oh, that I had tears so that I could weep with sorrow. Try and comfort her. She suddenly falls into your arms, shuddering as if she were racked with sobs. For a time, Kasai simply stands there, clinging to you, but then she pushes away. Thank you, but I'll be fine. I just need some time to think about it, that's all. I hate to ask this now, but I need you to give me a piece of yourself, Kasai. He looks alarmed. Pardon? The portal key to Ravel's maze is a piece of her, and you are of her blood. It is close enough. Kasai gasps. You intend to seek her out? Her surprise quickly changes to an expression of wariness. What would you need of me? Your blood, most likely. Only a drop or two, I'm sure. She nods. But do you have some way to carry it? A piece of cloth like a handkerchief or something, you know? No, I don't. Kasai sighs, looking around. I'm sure there's one in the brothel somewhere. Bring it here when you find it, alright? I'll give you the blood then. I'll return when I have a handkerchief then. Farewell. Alright, it's this. I have that handkerchief.
My journal.
Sai takes the handkerchief and gingerly pricks the tip of her finger on one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horribly powerful and completely evil. Good luck. Yes, so I've heard. Thanks and farewell.
Learn some new tricks.
Hmm. Hmm. Ah. Quell.
Done.
Yes? A pleasure.
Private sensorium.
Done.
Quell glances around him as you approach. Blast, nowhere to hide. He sighs loudly. Well, out with it. What do you wish of me now, hmm? He plops candy into his mouth and looks at you expectantly. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? Okay. Okay. Alright, so now I need to find where the portal is. Is there anyone who might know about Ravel Puzzlewell?
I'm gone.
Hmm. Ravel.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
What do you know about Ravel? Well, she's a night hag, and she was definitely barmy enough to make you immortal of all people. I mean, she could have chosen me. Mort rolls his eyes. Still, anyone addled enough to lock blades with the Lady of Pain isn't someone we really want to find.
What is your will?
Well, alright, where is Lothar? That's
So,
right.
how long will you be traveling with the succubus?
As long as I am permitted, I suppose.
Well, you're not permitted. I don't trust you.
You again? What do you want from old Lothar now? I have given you your skull friend and your answers. I warn you, I haven't all day to attend to you. His gaze falls on you with the force of a sledgehammer. I'd like some more questions answered. Tell me about Ravel. Keep it quick, Scar one. I cannot tarry all day.
All right. All right.
Hmm. Hmm. Wonder if Echo has anything else to say. Or does Kasai know?
Done.
Um, yeah, I still need to figure out where. Where was Ravel mazed?
I'm gone.
Well, well, fall from grace, or whatever it is you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. What do I owe the honor of your visit? I thought that you rarely trafficked among our kind anymore. She glances at you for a moment with the same faint sneer. Or is your assignment here almost finished? I do not know what assignment you are referring to, Vrishika, though your presence here brings with it many questions. Last I had heard you were a standard bearer for the Company of the Vulture. How did you come to Sigil? She replies curtly, firing the question back like an arrow. By choice. And you? Where will your orders take you next? She suddenly turns to you. You see, little man. Vrishika smiles as if savoring the words. The best temptress is one that can make you bind to the illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. A prostitute priestess, as it were. Mistress Grace is among the greatest. She turns to Grace. Are you not? You would not think that a score thousand years of slavery had left their scars, no? Fall from Grace speaks with a coldness you have never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vrishika with her gaze. That is enough. Very well, though you are the ones who came into my emporium. Vrishika looks at you. Yes? Okay. The years haven't been kind to this tiny rag doll. It is coming apart at the seams, and it looks like its threads are unraveling. It is obviously intended to be a replica of the Lady of Pain, but the button eyes and its plush softness don't strike much fear into your heart. Truth. Oh, great Lady of Pain, goddess of sigil, hear my plea for aid and help me in my hour of need. As you are about to say the words, you suddenly feel a strange crawling sensation in the back of your skull. With it comes a premonition that saying those words will place you in terrible danger. Even feeling as you do could prove dangerous. Okay, let me save. Doll does not respond to your coax.